Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Mukarkadash. Double honors to the elders for preaching this word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And I say shalom to your Akim out there. And this is a recent news article from AFP. And I did a sit down lesson on this yesterday night of it was a magnitude of a 6.0 earthquake in the Mandano region of the Philippines that had got hit with a 6.0 earthquake. Now this is a update. I didn't know they got hit with two strong earthquakes, so they got hit with an additional earthquake. So the first one was a magnitude of a 6.0 earthquake, and then there was another earthquake as well too. So this is a update, and this was published by AFP 8 hours ago from MSN.com, and it reads: Two strong earthquakes rock southern Philippines. Two strong earthquakes jotted the southern Philippines on Tuesday. Authorities say the second damaging building and forcing the evacuations of hundreds of villagers from their homes. Expanding the news article, it says the 6.0 magnitude quake struck about 2 p.m. a few kilometers from the Mogoskin Metro Peluktai in the Mountains gold mining province Davao de Oro on Mandano Island, the U.S. Geological Survey says. It says local authorities said there were no reports of casualties or significant damage, but a shallow of a second quake measuring of a 5.6 magnitude hits near 3 hours later in the neighboring municipality in New Bataan, triggering the collapse of some houses. New Bataan disaster officer Lynn Delorosla, if I pronounced the name right, say nearly 300 people were forced to leave their homes in the village where a number of houses collapsed. At about 100 people inside a shopping mall in Tamgum City in the adjacent province of Davao de Noti, which hitting by falling glass and plates as they flee the building. I meant to say Jade Sazaborgo, the provincial information official. I was in the third floor buying official supplies when the quake suddenly struck. Shazabago told AFP. It says when we reached the first floor, we saw a broken bottles of wine condemning. The lights went out, but emergency lights turned on, helping us to find our way. I meant to say Salakia. It says photos posted on Facebook of the Davao del Norte disaster agency shows collapsing selling sessions inside another Tamgul shopping mall, which it contributed its series of earthquake incidents. And it says the Davao del Norte government suspended work in class on Tuesday and Wednesday to allow inspections of public building and infrastructure to ensure public safety. The first quake lasted about 30 seconds and was followed by aftershocks, said Corporal Stephanie Clement, a police officer in Taingum, about 40 kilometers, 25 miles from Morrisconsin. We immediately went out our desk and went ground stomping, shaking. We went straight outside, Clem told the AFP, we are still outside because of the moderate aftershock just hit. While the quake did not appear to have destroyed anything, Clemens said it was strong enough to cause fear. Quake are daily occurrence in the Philippines, which sits along the Pacific Ring on fire, an arc of intense seismic and volcano activities, and stretch from Japan from Southeast Asia across the Pacific Basin. Most of the earthquakes are too weak to be felt by humans, but strong and destructive ones from at a random with no technology availability to predict when and where they will happen. The National Civil Defense officials regularly hold drills simulating earthquakes along the activity fault lines. The last major earthquake was in northern Philippines in October. The magnitude of earthquake hit the mountains of Doors of Providence, injuring several people, damaging buildings, and cutting power to most of the region. And then a magnitude of a 7.0 quake into Monteris, Burra last July triggered landslides and ground figures, killing at least 11 people and injuring others during that time. So, as this recent earthquake of the magnitude of a 6.0 in the Mindanao region of the Philippines, and then a second one, and this was in a Davao region of the Philippines. I believe that was a 5.4 or a 5.6 of a magnitude of an earthquake. So, two strong earthquakes rocked the southern Philippines. And this is the book of Isaiah. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 6 in the Holy Scriptures, and it reads, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise and storms and tempests and the flame of devouring fire." Right, and that's what we're seeing, a great increase of these earthquakes. These increasing earthquakes in diverse places. And I'm going to bring out the second Esdras of the Apocrypha of the Holy Scriptures. I'm going to start at verse 3. This is second Esdras chapter 9, verse 3. And it reads of the Apocrypha of the Holy Scriptures, and it reads, second Esdras 9 and 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars in the people of the world, right? And that's what we are seeing, a great increase of earthquakes in diverse places around the world. And it's been increasing more and more. So we're starting to see a high increase of earthquakes around the world at a high increasing level in the latter days. And that's what we are seeing. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 11, and it reads to the Holy Scriptures. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, famine and pestilence and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. Right, the pestilence with the weather conditions. Because you got two different types of pestilence. The main focus is the pestilence on the weather conditions with the earthquakes, tornadoes, storms, landslide, mudslides, etc. And definitely with the increasing of high magnitudes of these earthquakes in diverse places starting to increase more and more. So with that, hopefully this sit down lesson was edifying of this recent story over there in the southern region of the Philippines. Got hit with two strong earthquake rocked southern Philippines. So with that, I'd like to give all praises. I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akakadash. Double honors to the elders for preaching this word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. well too. And until next time, I will say shalom.